Good morning, friends, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship at Stony Brook. All of us here in the sanctuary welcome you who are joining us online. Let's all wave to the folks who are joining us from beyond. I welcome you who are here in the fellowship, in the sanctuary, and all who are attending virtually, wherever you may be this morning. My name is Mike Hoffman, and I'm happy to be your worship associate this morning. Our interim minister is the Reverend Dr. Madelyn Campbell, and our Director of Religious Education is Deb Little. Please plan to join us after the service for coffee and conversation. For those who are with us online, if you sign off after the service and return to our website, you'll find the link for joining our small group chats. Whether here or online, you'll find some friendly folks who can answer any questions you may have, or at least give it a good shot. And now we'll start our service with the sounding of the morning bell.
Please join us at the end on the chorus. That we're going to have a little bit of a pause. You'll figure it out. Breaking bread, breaking bread. We are gathered here together to break bread. Breaking bread, breaking bread. We are gathered here together to break bread. Not the barley or the wheat. It's not the oven or the heat that makes this bread so good to eat. It's the kneading and the sharing that makes the meal complete. Breaking bread, breaking bread. We are gathered here together to break bread. Breaking bread, breaking bread. We are gathered here together to break bread. On the water bread is cast. The last is first, the first is last. For everyone who eats this bread, there are thousands, maybe more, that must be fed. Breaking bread, breaking bread. We are gathered here together to break bread. Breaking bread, breaking bread. We are gathered here together to break bread. One more time. Breaking bread, breaking bread. We are gathered here together to break bread. Breaking bread, breaking bread. We are gathered here together to break bread.
Come. There is room at our table. Pull up a chair. You are welcome here. Let us enter in and let us worship together.
I've asked Michelle Massimo to light our chalice this morning. The flaming chalice is the symbol of Unitarian Universalism. We kindle the flame of our faith in the cup of our covenant with these words by Nick Wilborn. We gather here today to share and give thanks, to tell stories and break bread, and to be together in Holy Communion. We light our chalice this morning in the spirit of thanksgiving, with love, hope, and generosity of spirit, grateful for this blessed opportunity to be together. I invite you to rise in body or spirit and join in singing our first hymn, number 67, We Sing Now Together.
Good morning, beloveds. Today we have a Moravian love feast, which is such a fun thing. And in researching it, I learned that it is customary for the children to make these beautiful Moravian love feast candles. And I was going to invite some of you up, but the table is full. So the children will be making them and putting them into the sand during the meditation where we will light them. So let me invite up my two readers this morning. Emily and Helena, would you come up? So this morning, we're doing a silly book about Elephant and Piggy. These books are written by the same person who wrote the Pigeon story, Mo Willem. He's a very wonderful writer. And this book is called The Thank You Book.
before, I had better get thinking. I'm going to thank everyone who is important to me.
Everyone?
Everyone.
No way. You'll forget someone. You'll forget someone important.
I will thank everyone. It will be a think-o-rama.
Wow.
Off I go. Squirrels.
Piggy.
Thank you for your great ideas.
Aw, shucks.
Snake.
Piggy.
Thank you for playing ball with me.
You're welcome.
The pigeon. Thank you for never giving up. And I'm sorry you don't get to be in our books.
That's what you think.
Thinking is nice, but you will forget someone.
I know that. Mouse, birdies, rhino, hippo, big sister, Barky, dog, Barky dog, pelican bear, hippo, worms. Thank you for all being great friends.
Aww.
See that, Gerald? I am a thinking machine.
Piggy, you have forgotten someone important.
Do not worry, Gerald. My next big thanks will be a big one.
Good.
Wow, thanks, Wow. You are nice.
So are you.
Ice cream penguin, thank you for your ice cream.
It is what I do.
Piggy,
Dr. Cat, thank you for being a great doctor.
You're welcome.
Piggy?
Rainbat, thank you for drawing with me.
That was fun.
Piggy!
You are forgetting someone very important.
Really? Oh, now I know who you're talking about. The flies. Thank you for cooking with me.
Bzz, anytime, dude. Bzz.
Not the flies, Piggy. I can't think of anyone else I have forgotten to thank, Gerald. Oops, I goofed. Thank you, Elf and Gerald. You're the best friend a pig could ever have.
That means a lot to me, Piggy. But I did not think that you forgot me.
Who did I forget to thank?
Think our UUFSB family. You forgot to thank our UUFSB family.
You're right. Thank you for being our family.
We could not be us without you.
think
You
that's-
are the best.
I think that's my
Oh.
whatever.
No.
Whatever. You are the best. You did it.
Great thanking, Piggy.
Thanks to you. Yep, I am one lucky pig.
Amen.
Following our meditation in word, we'll sit in silence for a minute. Then we'll sing hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. If you're not familiar with it, feel free to open your hymnal now. It's in the gray hymnal. We're also introducing something new this morning. We have candles today that the children and youth wrapped for us. These special candles, wrapped in red ribbons, are often found in Moravian churches. Today we will be having a Moravian-style love feast. So we also have these candles. You are invited to light a candle during the service today. You might wish to do it during the minute of silence or perhaps during the love feast. You're invited to light your candle for whatever is in your heart today and to place it in the trays. Our meditation this morning is the poem An Offering to God in Exile by the Irish poet Padraig Ó Tuama, and appears in his book Readings from the Book of Exile. An Offering to God in Exile, based on the Hasidic tale from the Majid of Mezrich. A king was overthrown and forced to travel as a wayfarer. He came to a house of poor people who received him warmly, offered him shelter, and shared their modest food. At the table, their hearts felt light, and they all took delight in each other. Said the Majid, "Now that God is in exile, so it is with God. Here is my open door. Here is a warm welcome. Here are my empty hands. Take delight in the touch of my skin. There, your spoiled throne. Here, a chair on which to rest. Here, my blank books. Enjoy the silence they create. Here, dear one, some bread, some cheese, and the last of last night's wine. Let our hearts grow light together at this table. Hear our words. Hear our listening. Hear the gaze of our eyes gazing. Let us take pleasure in each other.
And you may continue to light candles at any time. Beloveds, it is so good to be together today. Are you making preparations for Thanksgiving? Yeah? Are some of you planning to travel for Thanksgiving? Yes. Are some of you hosting Thanksgiving? Yes. Some are hosting, some are traveling. Are you bringing a dish with you, or are you going to be served? So we're all doing something. There's much cooking going on, and I suspect a little bit of frantic house cleaning. As if those nearest and dearest to us would judge us for the state of our homes. Okay, well, there's always that one cousin, right? But for the most part, our nearest and dearest are not going to judge us for a little bit of dust or clutter, right? This is a time to truly appreciate one another, to give thanks for not just all foods we love and the foods that somebody else can have my portion of, right? Not just for all those wonderful food offerings, but for all those around us. Different from... Now, on the Jewish holiday of Passover, which is in the spring, right? That's not this time of year, but at the Jewish holiday of Passover, we tell the story of the Jewish people, and we have room at the table for anyone who happens to be passing by. And there's a time in the Seder, in the Passover service, where you can go and open the door and welcome anybody in who's on the street. Whoa. Anybody. And then there's another time when we open the door for Elijah, the prophet, to come in. But are we welcoming anybody in from the street today? When we eat together, when we share a meal, we make ourselves vulnerable. You've heard me talk about this before, right? It's neuroscience. Any neuroscientists here? Just me then? Okay. That's good. That means that nobody's going to, do fact-checking me. But our autonomic nervous system is in charge of fleeing, fighting, freezing, feeding, and reproduction, the 5 Fs. I hear those wheels turning there, yeah. The thing is, there are two ends of this. And we can flee or fight or freeze. Or we can feed or that other stuff. But we can't do things from the two ends at the same time. If you've ever been about to eat and been really scared and suddenly lost your appetite, has this ever happened to anybody? Yeah. That's your autonomic nervous system kicking in and getting you ready to flee or fight or just freeze. You're in the headlights, right? So when we sit down to eat together, we share a meal together. We're sharing our sustenance, certainly, but we're also saying, I am letting down my guard. I'm going to eat in front of you. If you've ever had a pet, it's very common to see this in dogs, that was abused, it might not eat when you're near because it's getting ready to defend itself. We're saying, I am not defending myself at this table. Some of our table manners have evolved from this, right? We don't put our elbows on the table because that looks like we're guarding our food, right? We don't guard our own food. So think about how, I'm going to give you a Hebrew word here because that totally fits in with the Moravian-style love feast. Kavod is Hebrew. It means heavy, weighty. I mean, it literally means something that's heavy, but it means weighty, it means important. Think about how kavod, how heavy, how weighty that is. That when we sit down to eat together, we are making ourselves vulnerable. So in the spirit today of vulnerability, of being willing to share food with one another, what are you thankful for? And I'm also going to ask you, whom are you thankful for? Is there anybody in this congregation that you would like to express your thanks to? Well, good news, you're going to have an opportunity. Following the service during the coffee hour, because we already have enough things out on tables today, yes? Following the service, there will be 2 bowls out with blank cards. And on one side, you can write a note to someone in the congregation, and on the other side, printing very clearly that person's full name. And we will collect them up and give them to Susan. Susan, very thankful for Susan. And she's going to mail them out to folks. So if you want to give thanks to, your Aunt Tessie in Minnesota, you can do that, but not, you have to do that on your own card. Susan's not going to mail it to Aunt Tessie in Minnesota. But if you want to thank somebody in this congregation, fill out a card. Now, thanks, like love and caring, is not like pie. We don't run out of pieces. We have an infinite amount that we can give. And more like sourdough starter. Any bakers here? Yeah. The more we work with it, the more we do it, the more we give it, the more there is to share. So that is what we're going to do this morning. Now, we are sharing this morning a Moravian-style love feast. During the feast, you are invited to sing or listen to the hymns and to reflect upon what it means to radically welcome everyone to our table. You'll notice I didn't give you a whole sermon on what it specifically means. You get to consider this. What does it mean to radically welcome everyone to our table? In a typical love feast, the food is distributed by many servers, and then the cups and plates are collected by the same servers afterwards. We're adapting this to our needs and our space here. So you will be invited forward to receive the apple juice and a corn cake, which is gluten-free. I believe it might have soy in it, but it is gluten-free. We will not collect the cups and napkins afterwards. You will dispose of them yourself following the service. And if you are playing the home game, which is my camera, this one, if you're at home, I invite you to collect something to eat and drink with us in a little bit. So we're going to begin with hymn 402, From You I Receive, and we'll sing that several times through, and that'll be followed by hymn 406, Let Us Break Bread Together. And we're going to come forward from the rear of the sanctuary first. Okay, so come forward from the rear, and then pick up your corn cake and juice here, and then return. You're going to have to all go to the one side, but then you can go back down the sides of the middle. Do you know what I'm saying? Come up, and then you're going to have to turn to your left toward the piano to go around the side. This way people can continue to come forward. You go back around the side, the left side. The right side, your right. The one that makes the L is the left, yeah. Okay, I'm 61 years old, I still have to do that. The one that makes the L. Okay. And if you would like one of us to bring you the juice or corn cake, please just raise your hand and one of us will serve you. We will wait until everyone has been served before we actually eat and drink together, okay? So you'll follow me. Once everyone's been served, then we will eat and drink together and contemplate radical welcome. And of course, those of you at home, have your drink and a snack, and you can join us in this time. So I invite you into prayer with me. Will you pray in whatever way you understand prayer to be? Divine One, Spirit of life, known to us in so many ways, by so many names, and by no name, bless our table and all who join us at it. Our table is prepared, and I invite you to join us. Is there anyone else who needs cake or juice? I say cake, it's corn cake. Oh, you have- Do you like the corn cakes? They're like eating popcorn that's all smushed together, right? But they're not too bad, right? As we have taken the time to contemplate radical welcome and what it means to truly open our hearts, I invite you now to turn to one another and share words of peace and welcome with one another. Peace be with you. Peace be with you.
Okay. Well, in the spirit of giving, it is our spiritual practice to share our offering plate with an organization working for a more just future. For the month of November, our social justice partner is Centro Corazón de María, a place of welcome and hope for underserved immigrant families on the east end of Long Island. The center's mission is to provide education and social services, emergency assistance, and advocacy to help newly arrived individuals and families become independent, successful contributors to our community. Please give generously to support this critical work. You may make your gifts on the plate or online. For those online, the link to donate is in the chat box. The offering will now be gratefully received. Will our board members please come forward to receive the offering?
One drum will echo many of the points that Pastor Madelyn made in the homily. The author of Leela Gilday is an indigenous singer-songwriter from Canada who wrote this song about how Native peoples may speak many tongues. We are marching to the beat of one drum, and there's sort of a chorus here, Wehe Yahe, Wehe Yahe. At any point, please give. Life unfolds around me. I can choose the path I take. Will it be darkness again, or a brilliant life I make? We are standing on the shoulder of giants. We are standing on the shoulder of ancients. We are speaking the truth of the people. We are marching to the beat. One drum, one drum. Way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, ya. Way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, ya. Come here in many forms. Embrace the sounds you make. We'll speak here in many tongues. Join the circle with your mouth down. You will see the plans you make. We are standing on the shoulder of giants. We are standing on the shoulder of ancients. We are speaking the truth of the people. We are marching to the beat. One drum, one drum. Way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, ya. Way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, ya. Time and circumstance bring me down, bring me down. There's a time for recompense and to break new ground, new ground. Standing on the shoulder of giants, we are standing on the shoulder of ancients. We are speaking the truth, speaking the truth. We are marching to the beat of one drum, of one drum. Here it comes. Way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, ya. Way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, ya. One more time. Way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, ya. One more. Way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, way, ya, hey, ya.
I invite you to join me in dedicating our offering this morning. The words are in your order of service, whether you have that on your phone or in your hand or on the screen. To the work of our faith, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings. Amen. I invite you to rise in body or spirit to join in singing our final hymn, number 380, Rejoice in Love. Now, you will notice that this is part of the collection of hymn lyrics that aren't connected with a specific tune. We're going to sing it to tune number 372, the Tallis Canon. Bethany, I wonder if you could play the Tallis Canon through for us one time. I bet people recognize it, but I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we sing this. Beloveds, go in peace, go in love, go and radically welcome your neighbor, go in thanks, and go always in the footsteps of the holy. Know that you are a blessing. Amen. And now we extinguish our chalice flame. For our worship has ended, and our service begins. And let us wave goodbye to the folks online. It's to the cat at the camera on your left there. Yeah.
We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat, fishing in the same hole, wondering where the time goes. We're all in the same boat. We could all believe what we believe, peacefully agree to disagree. You can't judge a man until you walk a country mile in his shoes. Do, 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 do. We're all up and hopeless. We're all in the same boat. If you're holding, take those shots and keep real low. If you can't be nice, don't say nothing at all. Oh, help somebody somebody that might be struggling. Spread a little love, gotta give back something. If the ship keeps rocking, we'll all go overboard. You know, we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat, fishing in the same hole, wondering where the time goes and the money too. Trying to fix the same broke hearts, wishing on the same stars. We're all up in hope floats, we're all in the same boat.